And that voice is like, do a quick scan of the room. Am I going to be welcome here? Am I going to be supported here? And if I'm not, how am I supposed to hide this part of me to make it more comfortable for everyone else?
The following is brought to you by the OutFdn and Fight for the Fittest.
Hey guys, I'm Sam. I'm the co-founder of Fight for the Fittest. I'm here today with Danielle Allocca, who will be talking about our newest sponsor, the OutFdn. The mission of the OutFdn is to remove the barriers that block the LGBTQ plus individuals' access and participation in fitness, health, and wellness. Danielle is an Out-sponsored athlete and a previous Fight for the Fittest participant. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
So I, first of all, want to thank you for meeting with us today and talking today. To start us off, can you tell us what an out athlete is?
Okay, so the definition of an out athlete is actually like a large spectrum of things, I would say. There are 12 of us currently sponsored this year, and we're all across the country, ranging from like our gender to our sexual orientation to our fitness abilities. We're all over the spectrum, like as far as can possibly be. But I think that the thing that we all have in common and what we represent is the fact that fitness is for everybody, including everybody within the LGBTQIA plus community. And we all want to be good advocates for that community.
You say that faster than I do, the abbreviation. I'm going to have to practice that. That's
the alphabet soup. There's a lot of acronyms.
I'm going to work on that. How were you introduced to the OutFdn?
So about 2 years ago, a friend of mine reached out to me and said that they were hosting, and they used to call it an OutWad,
right.
At their gym. So I was like, oh, how cool, like a queer CrossFit event, I have to go to it. So I went, I met other CrossFit athletes that were queer throughout Suffolk County. They all went to it, and I started following them on Instagram. They ended up posting that they were hosting the Love is Love competition in Boston, Massachusetts, and I really wanted to compete in it, but I didn't have any friends on Long Island that wanted to travel and do this small competition with me. So I reached out to their Instagram page, and I was like, hi, my name is Danielle. I am looking to compete probably in the scaled division of this competition, but I don't have a partner. Do you have any other athletes that are looking to do the same division that need a partner? And I ended up getting matched up with, from last year's out athlete class, his name is Kai, and he was one of the out athletes that were sponsored that year. So we ended up becoming really good friends, and through that I learned that you can apply to be sponsored by the OutFdn.
And how did becoming an out athlete, how did that change things for you? What did it mean to you? What effect have it had on you the past almost a year now?
A huge one. So I think that you guys have actually seen through my Instagram, I have a vision board hanging up in my bedroom, and like 95% of the things written on that board are CrossFit related. So I had, get a bar, muscle up, deadlift X amount of pounds, become an out athlete. It was like the biggest goal written on my board. So when I applied, I was waiting and checking my email frantically every single day, and when I found out that I got chosen for it, I started sobbing like it was like the biggest goal that I ever could have achieved. Since being an out athlete, I have improved my CrossFit abilities immensely. I've made a lot of friends within the queer community that I never would have met. Like, they live all over the country. I never would have crossed paths with them without this awesome organization. And I think that I've actually had an impact on people's lives that I also have yet to meet. But I've had quite a few athletes reach out to me and tell me that they've been inspired to come out to their CrossFit community for the first time ever, which is so cool to hear. I've had a few people reach out to me and tell me that because they've been watching my fitness journey, they decided to sign up for their first CrossFit class. And it's just been incredible. Like, I'm having an impact on people by just living my life with this awesome thing in the background, like pushing me forward. And I think that it's having the impact that I've always wanted to have.
It's wonderful that you say that. I knew of OutWad, but I didn't really understand what the OutFdn was. I didn't really understand what they were doing with athletes. And I began to look into it after you competed at our last event.
Yeah.
And that's what motivated me to reach out to the wonderful people at the OutFdn. And now we're doing this, and now this is going to reach out to a lot more people. So however many people you think you've affected, it's going to be times that by a lot because of how you've affected us.
which is incredible.
Yeah,
Like I
so that's
could
pretty
cry,
cool.
actually,
Yeah,
honestly.
That's pretty
It's
cool
really
how they've done one amazing thing for one person and how that can reach out to so many. So that really goes to show 12 being sponsored. It's a lot more people that are being affected. So what is inclusion and why is it important to be integrated into the world of fitness?
So, okay, I think that anybody that falls within a marginalized community, for me personally, I fall within the queer community, you kind of have like this voice in the back of your head with every new space that you enter. And that voice is like, do a quick scan of the room. Am I gonna be welcome here? Am I gonna be supported here? And if I'm not, how am I supposed to hide this part of me to make it more comfortable for everyone else? Which is a really, like a bad way to go through things, but it's kind of like all of our defense mechanisms, like until we come out, that's kind of the way we've always navigated our lives. Obviously fitness is for everybody, like fitness would have a positive impact on anyone's life. So as someone in the queer community or any marginalized community, to walk into a gym, a CrossFit box, and to know that the owners of the gym, the members of the gym, the coaches, they are supportive of your identity and you can be your truest form of yourself. It's just so important. It like could make or break whether or not that person ever steps foot in a gym again, honestly.
What are some of the changes that you've seen or experienced that have helped that experience? How have you seen inclusion? And also, what would you like to see?
So CrossFit specifically, I hate to say it because I love the sport. I'm obsessed with the sport, but it's like painfully gendered. It's
That's
very,
what we were talking about earlier.
yeah,
right.
it's like black or white, male or female essentially is what it comes down to. Which, like I guess for the physical standards that's in place, but there are a lot of people that actually fall not necessarily on one side or on the other, but somewhere in the middle, or they might actually fluctuate from day to day, week to week, etc. So something that my gym personally has is in the bathroom, in the gym, at the entrance, they vow to support the LGBTQIA+ community. They have like a rainbow flag and a trans flag on this little sign that's just easily visible to everyone wherever you go. And it's just that little reminder, like, doesn't really matter where you fall, we support you here in this gym. And that's really cool to see, it really is. Another thing that I think gyms could do is instead of saying like the male barbell and the female barbell, you can just refer to them as the 35-pound and the 45-pound barbell. It's a simple little fix like that.
Or 20 kilo and 15 kilo.
Oh, okay, which I don't know about. I don't know, I've only gone by pounds, but yeah, however.
No, we have done that
your
this
gym
week.
does it.
Since speaking to you last, someone said, I'm going to go grab a men's barbell. I said, that's 20 kilo barbell. I felt actually pretty good about that.
So however you would like to label them, you can refer to them by their numerical weights in whatever weight category. Also, I just want to throw out that the OutFdn created, for the CrossFit Open, they created something you guys might have heard of called Out in the Open.
Yeah, why don't you tell me about that?
Yeah, so it's pretty much just a genderless leaderboard for the CrossFit Open. So you can register for the Open, you have to choose male or female to technically register for the Open, but you can separately register for Out in the Open, in which case it just erases the gender binary that we're all kind of stuck inside of. And it just puts everyone's name up based on how you perform, and you pick the workout standards that fit what you feel is best for you. No one else is telling you what gender to choose. You get to do whatever you want, and you get to do it what feels right for you. And then it lists everyone on one leaderboard, which is really cool and inclusive.
That's awesome. That's really cool. What advice would you give a athlete or any person who's afraid to come out?
It's hard to answer because coming out is very different for everyone. Everyone has different circumstances. Everyone is surrounded by different circles, some more accepting than others. I think what's important is to do it within your own time. You should feel comfortable and confident, and hopefully it's a beautiful experience when you do come out. In some cases, it's not the easiest, and I just want all of those athletes to know that you're not alone. Oh my gosh, you're certainly not alone. Even if you feel like you are alone in your own circle in that community, there are so many of us that like would love to just give you a big hug, welcoming you into the queer community to be your truest self. And once you do come out, it's like nothing can stop you. It's the best. So yeah, live your life, be you, and that's valid and beautiful and perfect.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for meeting with us. Thank you so much for getting your message out there. If you would like more information, please visit the Out Foundation online or on their Instagram. They're always available, and they're really great if you have questions. There's a lot of information and wonderful interviews they have on their blogs as well. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.